Recently, a viewer commented that it would be very useful if the WireBinder allowed the user to select more than one wire to present. I gave that a few minutes thought and concluded that's a good idea. So I got to work. As I was working on it and debugging it, I realized that this would be a good time to go over a few things that can really trip you up if you're working on a Python feature. I'll cover those in a moment, but first the demo of the added features. Start with a simple demo sketch of 4 circles and a square. Select the sketch and create a WireBinder. Just like before, there's a wire parameter in the data pane where you can select which wire to present. But now when you get to one you want, you can check the WAdd property to add it to the wires list. That leaves you free to select one or more additional wires. The trick of using a boolean like a push button is not new. I also used it in the Recompose tool for the same reason. Property lists can be very useful things, but honestly the interface for editing a list of integers is a bit clumsy. It's very helpful with single integers to be able to use the scroll wheel to see instant results, but that doesn't work for a list. I'm not throwing any criticisms at the developers here. I've given it some thought, and honestly I don't have a better idea for editing the arrays. Until someone comes up with a better idea, if you want to remove a wire from the binder that's already been added to the array, you'll just have to deal with the existing interface. It may not be perfect, but it does at least work. If you already have the grab bag installed, you can get the new feature by updating. If you do not have it installed, I put a link in the description to a video explaining the installation process. Since I've already done a video describing the anatomy of a feature in Python code, I'm just going to briefly go over the changes and a couple of caveats for those of you who are writing your own feature Python tools. The changes in init are clear enough. I just added the additional properties for an array called wires and the WAdd boolean property. I named the boolean WAdd to make it come last in the properties list in the data pane. They're always listed alphabetically by section. onDocumentRestored is a little more interesting. As I've explained before, onDocumentRestored is called whenever a model is loaded from a file. The file contains a reference to the appropriate object for each feature, but the actual code is loaded from the modules directory, not from the file. That's a necessary security precaution so that somebody doesn't create a malicious FreeCAD file containing harmful code. Properties in the objects are loaded from the model file. But of course, if we're loading a file that had an old version of the WireBinder in it, it will not have the wires property or the WAdd property. So in onDocumentRestored, we look to see if those are present yet, and if not, add them to bring the object up to date. Some Python features include a version number to assist with these updates, but in this case I'm just using the equivalent of duck typing. That seems appropriate enough given that this is Python. The logic in the execute method needed to be reworked since now multiple properties can specify wires to include. First, check if the base object's shape has any wires. It needs to do this since sometimes execute will be called during document loading before the base object is fully instantiated. It might exist, but its execute method might not have been called successfully to populate its shape. It's okay to just exit here without errors since execute will be called again. Start with a new empty list of wires. If the wire property is not equal to -1, add the wire from the base object that it specifies. Next, check if the wires property exists. It is possible for execute to be called before onDocumentRestored gets a chance to add it. If it's not there, just skip it for now. As I've said, execute will be called again when loading finishes. If it is there, extend the wires list with any wires of the base object specified in the array. To maintain the old behavior, if no wires have been selected thus far, add all of the wires from the base object to the wires list. Finally, fix the placement of each wire in the list and make a compound of them. The other method of interest is onChanged. If wire is changed, it checks that it is a valid index into the base shape's wire lists, or -1. The check is inside an exception handler since once again onChanged might be called before the base object is fully instantiated. For the same reason, it only checks if the base object has wires. It uses v as an intermediate value for the property because fetching a value from a property gives you a copy, not the actual variable. That is, you're fetching by value, not by reference. Any setting of the value of a property triggers another call to onChanged, even if it's not actually different from the current value. That would cause infinite recursion, so the if statement avoids setting the same value. That still causes a single recursion, but it isn't terribly expensive computationally. After wire has been restricted to a valid value, the feature is recomputed so that you can immediately see the result as you change it in the data pane. Like in the Recompose tool, WAD is a Boolean property that is being abused to act like a push button. If WAD has been changed and its new value is true, it is immediately forced to false. The if statement prevents taking action if WAD is false to prevent infinite recursion. If the value of wire is not -1 and it's not already in the list, it is added to the wires list. This is done by copying the list into L, appending L, and then setting the property. Setting the wires property does trigger a recursion, but that does nothing. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video or found it useful, please like, subscribe, and share. If there's anything you'd like to see covered here, please let me know in the comments below.